Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're going to decode the super simple math that, believe it or not, powers billions of dollars in decentralized finance.
Okay, so what if I told you that one simple formula governs billions and billions of dollars in trades? It sounds kind of crazy, right? But the engine behind most of these decentralized exchanges, what we call automated market makers, it really just comes down to an equation you probably solved back in high school algebra.
And here it is. This is the hero of our story, the constant product formula. It's just x times y equals k. Now, x and y, those are just the amounts of two different crypto tokens sitting in a pool, like Ethereum and USDC. And k, that's the constant. It's the magic number that has to stay the same no matter what. After every single trade, k cannot change. This one little rule, well, it dictates everything.
All right, let's actually see this rule in action. So look at this table. We start with 10 ETH and 20,000 USDC in the pool. Multiply those two together, and our K, our constant product, is 200,000. Now watch what happens. If a trader comes along and adds 1 ETH to the pool, we now have 11 ETH. Well, to keep K at 200,000, the pool has to spit out some USDC. The math it doesn't allow any other option. To maintain that balance, some of the other token has to come out.
Okay, so let's build on that, because that simple little rule has a massive consequence. And here it is. Every single trade you make actively changes the price. Think about that. You're not just a passive buyer taking a price that's offered to you. No, you are a market mover.
So you might be wondering, well, where does the price come from then? See, there's no order book here, like on a traditional stock exchange. The price is just a simple ratio of the two assets in the pool. It's y over x. So in our little example, that's 20,000 USDC divided by 10 ETH. And boom, you get a price of $2,000 per ETH. It's really that simple.
But this is where things get really interesting, and it's a mistake a lot of people make. The price you see on the screen, that $2,000, that's what we call the marginal price. Just think of it as the price for a tiny, tiny, infinitesimal trade. But the second you make a trade of any real size, you're not paying that. You're paying the average price, which is the actual cost averaged out over your whole order. And guess what? Because of how that x times y equals k math works, it's always going to be a little bit worse for you.
So, why are they different? Why don't you get the price you see? Well, it's because your trade has an impact. When you buy, you're adding one token and removing another, changing that balance we talked about. And the bigger your trade is compared to the total size of the pool, the more you shift that balance and the more you move the price against yourself. This is what people in DeFi call price impact, or slippage.
And this effect, it's not linear at all. It gets exponentially worse. So look here, a small trade, maybe buying just 0.1 ETH, it barely moves the needle. You're looking at maybe a 1% price impact. But try to buy a whole ETH, which is a tenth of the entire pool, and bam, your impact jumps to 10%. Now, if you get really ambitious and try to buy 10 ETH, you cause a massive 50% price swing. The system is designed to punish large trades relative to its size.
All right, so if traders are constantly battling this price impact, you have to ask, how does anyone actually make money here? Well, it's simple. You switch hats. Instead of being the person paying the price, you become the person providing the assets for everyone else to trade against. You become a liquidity provider.
So, as a liquidity provider, or an LP, you deposit your assets into the pool. You're basically becoming the house in the casino. And just like a casino, the house always takes a small cut of every single transaction that happens. This fee is usually around 0.3%, and it's your payment, your reward, for putting up the capital that allows all this trading to happen in the first place.
So how is your cut calculated? It's actually pretty straightforward. It's all proportional. First step, you figure out your share of the pool. Let's say you put in $10,000 into a pool that's worth $1 million total. That means you own 1%. Easy enough. Step 2, you look at all the fees the pool generated from trading that day. And then step 3, you just multiply those total fees by your ownership share. So you'd get 1% of all the fees. Your slice of the pie is directly tied to how much of the pool you own.
This all sounds pretty great in theory, doesn't it? You just park your crypto in a pool and watch the fees roll in. But, and this is a big but, earning fees is only half the story. We have to talk about the costs. And honestly, this is where a lot of newcomers get really burned.
So let's run through a quick real-world scenario. Let's say you invest a decent amount, maybe $5,000, into a popular pool on the Ethereum network. You look at the trading volume, you do the math, and you figure you're on track to earn about $50 in fees this month. Hey, not bad, right? But here comes the catch.
You're on Ethereum, which is a pretty expensive network to use, so the transaction fees you have to pay just to interact with the blockchain, what we call gas costs, can be really high. It might cost you $30 just to deposit your money, and then maybe another $20 when you want to take it out. That's $50 in total network fees right there.
So what's the end result? Well, after paying all those network fees just to get in and get out, your profit for the month is gone, completely wiped out. You earned $50, but you spent $50. Your net return is a big, fat zero.
And look, this is such a critical lesson if you're just starting out. Profitability is not just about the fees you earn. You absolutely have to factor in all the costs. For smaller positions on these expensive networks, the gas fees alone can make the whole thing unprofitable before you even begin.
But okay, let's say you're a bigger fish. You've put in a lot more money, so your fees easily cover the gas costs. You're profitable, right? Well, not so fast. There's another, much bigger risk looming, one that you won't see on any dashboard or in any calculator. It's a hidden cost.
Okay, let's do a quick recap. We've learned the fundamental rule. X times Y equals K. We've seen how your trade always changes the price. We know that LPs earn fees from trading volume, but profitability depends on both those fees and your costs. And all of this brings us to one last, super important warning about those flashy APY numbers you see everywhere.
Yeah, the annual percentage yield, the APY, that these pools advertise, it can look amazing, right? But here's the fine print, the part they don't exactly shout from the rooftops. That huge number often completely ignores a powerful and usually negative force called impermanent loss. And this is a risk that can easily wipe out all your fee earnings and a whole lot more.
So what exactly is this powerful hidden cost called impermanent loss? Honestly, it's the single biggest risk for liquidity providers. It's the silent killer of profits. And understanding it, well, that's the key to protecting your capital.
And that's the topic for our next explainer. We're going to break it all down. But until then, remember this. The math is your protection. Understand it and you'll be miles ahead of the game. Thanks for joining us.